Hello everyone, this is the Dharma talk from Laungphor Thongbai Phapassaro in Wat Naluang monastery in Udonthani, Thailand. The topic today is returning life to the pure nature. Pariyesana. Pariyesana is mean the searching. There are two searching. The first is searching to extinct the suffering. And the second is searching to making a suffering. Yes, so there are two ways. The first way is searching to extinct the suffering. The second way is searching to making a suffering. All the being searching for these two ways. So therefore, if you want to change the way of your life, if you want to return your life back to the pure nature, you must searching the right way to do this. Don't go in the wrong way. Don't take the wrong way. Don't consume the wrong way. Otherwise, it will be the disaster in your life. Because what you have done in the past, what you think, what you talk, what you do, all of them is the way of the disaster. It's not the right way that all the noble monks they worship. Because it's the way to bring you to hell, the way that all the ghosts, the demon, love to stay there and make you die again and again and again, and your bone will separate all around the world and it's never finished. Because this is the power of searching. The water can change the fish mind. The religion can change a human mind. The darkness can change all the being mind. But the silence can change the mind of Buddha and extinguish the fire, can change the mind of the noble monk. This is the thing that we need to searching for. Until we found it, we found the point that no fire, no heat, no burning, it's only the calmness, peacefulness, and coolness. Otherwise, your soul, your spirit, will receive a bad luck again and again. By using the word of the Buddha, the first one is cutting the way. The way that we need to cut is a bad way, the unwholesome way, the way that make you make the bad karma. We need to cut that way. If we don't cut this way, then no matter what you are, a human, the animal, or the being, or the sankhara, will fall down and drown it in the circle of the suffering, and will stay like that, never stop. This is the ocean of the suffering. The ocean never full with the water. A person that deluded with the six senses is never stop as well. They will searching for more eyes, more ear, more nose, more tongue, more six senses again and again. Never stop. It's become the essential, the real, the taste of the delicious for them. The eyes, the ears, the nose, the tongue, the body and mind, they are the thing. It's like the trap. It's like a cage that make all the being attached on the six senses and make all the being fall down and drown it under the water in the ocean of the suffering. Don't know how short, how long. This is the circle of suffering. don't know how long it is, don't know how short it is. If we don't cut this way, then we never see the prosper life. Because this life is sinking under the bad karma. This bad karma way, we don't know how long or short in this way. Therefore, the Buddha, he said that the circle of suffering has no condition. No condition that it will stop at here, it will stop over there, it will end here, it will end over there. No one can make the condition with them. No one can make the deal with them. But now what we know and what we see, actually we know nothing, we see nothing. Because we know by the power of searching. The way that you're searching, you will see it. The way that you don't searching, you don't see it. But you keep telling yourself, put yourself that, I knew it already, I saw it already. So this is the bad luck of your life. This is the poor thing of your life. Because now you are lost with your six senses. You fall down with your six senses. You bury the mind with your six senses. This thing we call the bad karma. The bad karma, or akusala, or the unwholesome deed. This is the cause or the effect. It's not like that. Akusala is not the cause or the effect. We are not the one that making this happen. Or someone else making this happen. It's not like that. But this is the way it is. They are just live like that, stay like that. If we were born and we follow a leader and walking on the right path, so you are walking in the good karma way, in kusala way. But if you were born no leader and then you just walk in the wrong way, so this is the bad karma, the akusala, the unwholesome deed. Then you cannot say that I study and I knew it already. Even though the Buddha never said this. The Buddha just discovered them. So therefore we need to cut this way. Otherwise we will keep searching. Searching more and more and more in the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind, these six senses, and never end, never stop. Since the day that we were born until the day that we die, we never tired, never be bored with these six senses. Don't see them as a bad thing. If you don't see these six senses are boring, how could you detach the mind? How could your mind have liberation and free from these six senses? The fish love the water. Therefore, the mind just love to stay with the six senses like that. You look up to the sky, you see the blue or green of the sky, and then you look down to the earth, you see the brown or black color. But your eyes are bright, or your mind is clear or not? Could you see them clearly or not? Could you understand them clearly or not? And you have the right view to see them or not? See and end. Listen and stop. Can you do that? You have been listening for a very long time. You have been seeing for a very long time. But can you cross over to the other side? or you still drown it under the ocean. There are two sides. This side you stay under the ocean of the suffering, and the other side that free from the ocean. Which one that you are staying? Now you can check yourself when you see it, when you listen to it. One person have a torchlight in his hand, and the other person has the rock in his hand. Yes, it's easy to see, easy to check. A person who have a torchlight, he can use the light to guide his way, can go everywhere. But a person who have a rock in his hand, if he will walk in the darkness, he has nothing to guide his way. Everything is dark. I am stay in the darkness, and the other also in the darkness. So the good karma and the bad karma stay in the same person. Or in the other word, it means smart and stupid stay in the same person. Actually, smart and stupid is nothing, never exist. But smart and stupid, you will have it when you make it happen. So this is the first way to do, the first way that we need to cut. So think carefully, talk carefully, and do carefully, and contemplate about the way that we need to do. This is not about a happiness or suffering. It's not good, bad, rich or poor. The way that make you going slower, you need to cut that way. If you want to climb up to the mountain, but you lay down on the body, you don't walk by your legs, go up to the mountain, but you want to lay down and roll the body up to the mountain. How long this will take the time? If you go by this way, it will make you going so slow. But this is your life. Now your life is like this. It's like you roll your body, go up to the mountain. That's why you stay in the ocean of the suffering. Now your eyes, your ear, your nose, your tongue, your body and mind keep roaring with yourself. And this says cannot roll up to the mountain. In fact, it's rolling down. That's why the Buddha said, this is the circle of the suffering. So you're sitting here, you're walking here, you're standing here, you're laying down here. The mind that like a person lay down and roll the body up to the mountain, this is easy or difficult. How could you leave them? How could you cut this part? Nobody think about this. Because the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, the six senses was covered already. No door, no way to exit. The pure Dharma never appear because everything was covered. So therefore, in this life, if you want to make a plan, you should see the Buddha. For the Buddha himself, since the day that he was born, he said that I am the best one, I am the excellent one in the world. This is my last life. But for us, since the day that we were born, we attach the eye, attach the ear, attach the mind with the suffering only. And then We want more, want more, want more. What we want more? Just birth and death. Just more and more. So you're cheating with yourself. Since the day that you were born, how could you leave them? How could you free from them? Because you never think to cut this way. I told you for a million times. Since the day that I was born, what I talked to you, what I told you, have you ever listened? I am not a human. I am not the animal. I am not any being, but I am the pure Dharma. Why I can success about this? Because I have the intention to do this since the day I was born. I have the determination that I will change my life and returning back my life to the pure nature, to the pure Dharma. What is the pure nature, the pure Dharma? The pure Dharma is no more birth, no more death, end of birth, end of death, stop birth, stop death. So the first one, you need to cut the bad karma away. And now the second point is we will cut the relation. We will not care with them anymore. Don't care with the bad karma. Don't care with the defilement. The Buddha, he said that you must be hurry and effort to cut the stream of craving. This is the teaching from the Buddha that he says to the world. If you don't destroy your eye, your ear, your nose, your tongue, your body and mind, then you will be destroyed in this circle of the suffering. And you will stay in this chaos, stay with this disaster, and stay with the circle of the suffering and never end. So that's why the six senses, it become the station that contain with birth and becoming, and become the institute of the suffering. Every moment of the mind is like the fish swimming in the water and never come out from the water, never see anything outside the water, only see the water. The water stays so close and contact with the eye of the fish, but the fish never see the water. It's the same that you have the suffering full in your body, the suffering cover full on your eyes, but you never see the suffering, never know the suffering. So therefore, if you want to cut the relationship with the suffering, the Buddha said that you must be effort and try so hard to cut the stream of the craving. But how could you cut them? Because in your hand you only have a rock. You don't have a brightness, don't have a torchlight, don't have any weapon in your hand. Only the incense and the craziness with your six senses. Then how could you cut them? How could you free from them? You cannot go anywhere except you go to the graveyard or burn and bury this body in the end. How could you cut this relationship with the suffering? I told you many times, but no one want to cut this. If you don't cut the relationship between you and suffering, then you cannot free from the suffering. Except you try to do with your imagination. You try to think about it, talk about this, and do about this. But the suffering still perfect. It's like you sleeping in the jail or sleeping in a cage, and then you think I'm free now. I have a freedom now, no more suffering. But in fact, you still sleeping in the jail. Because now you know you are sleeping in the birth and becoming. And then you said, I'm free now. How could you say that? Because actually, you are still sleeping in the jail. If you never cut the relationship with the suffering, how could you free from this trap? How could you free from this jail? How could you free from the cage of the suffering? Because the suffering is like the thing that attached in the mind. It's like the burden that tie up with the mind. How could you escape from that? Don't think that I ordained to be a monk. I study already. I learn already. I was born in many years. How old I am, how much knowledge I have. But if the mind never get tired with the suffering, never be boring with them, how could you cut the relationship with the suffering? If your mind never be bored with the suffering, how could you detach from the suffering? How could you liberate from the suffering? Is no way. When will you be bored? When will you get tired with the suffering? When will you detach? When will you liberate? You know, every time the birth happen, the suffering happen. Every time the death happen, the suffering also happen. The bird never see the sky. The fish never see the water. The sky stick on the eye of the bird, but the bird never see the sky. The water stick on the eye of the fish, but the fish never see the water. A person that stick with the suffering, but never see the suffering. Actually, suffering never stick on a person, but a person that stick on the suffering and never see the suffering. Because in the hand only carry the rock, no fire, no torchlight. So therefore, cutting this relationship, the world never think about this. Only Yasa Kulabut, that he followed the Buddha. He's from rich family, but then he feel like, oh, here is chaos. He has so suffer. And then the Buddha gave the Dharma talk to him, blessing him. He understand the Dharma, and then he enlightened to be the Arahant, the first Arahant. This is the Payasa Kulabut. But the world is not like that. We want more. We want more and more. And what you have and what you want, in the end what you have, when you die, this body, they just burn and bury this body. And your hand has nothing. Do you understand what I said? Even though I say like this, but you never want to wake up. I keep telling you every day, scare you every day, and frighten you every day, but you still want to sleep, never want to wake up. You just want to fall asleep, never want to wake up, until the day that you die, and then you will reborn again. Is that what you want? So in the second point is cutting the relationship between the suffering. And the third point is cutting the resource or cutting the food. You know, your eye, your ear, your nose, your tongue, body and mind, these six senses. If you don't put any salt, if you don't feed any food to them, they will die. What is the food for birth and becoming? Why it's so long and never end? The birth and becoming. What is their food? If we are a smart person, we have been watching, we have been listening. But do we know what is the food for birth and becoming? What is the food for the six senses? Why they are so fat? They are so healthy. But why we look so poor and thinner? Only have the skeleton left. The food for the six senses. Have you ever destroyed them or not? The Buddha said, you must destroy the sensual desire. But no one think about this. No one know about this. Even though the Brahman world, or the Deva in heaven, or the being in hell, they love the sensual desire. Don't talk about the human in the world. They love the sensual desire in the six senses very much. If we don't cut the food of the six senses, the picture, the sound, the smell, the taste, the contact, the mood that happen in the six senses. This is a birthplace. This is the death place. This is the real taste. This is the real danger. And this is the real way to exit from the sensual desire. Because higher than the sky, or stay on the ground on the earth, or you go deep under the earth, just only this thing. The picture, the sound, the smell, the taste, the contact, the mood, they are the food for the six senses. No one think about this. No one know the birthplace. No one know the birthplace, the extinct place, the taste of them, the danger of them, and how could you escape from them? Nobody know about this. Even though one person never know about this. So if nobody know, then you keep feeding the food to the six senses. And then you're making them to be rich and fatter, while you are getting worse and worse. Do you understand what I said? Have anyone invite you to come out from the jail or not? Do you know the jail or a cage? This is the real cage. The real jail is at here. Not the jail in the police station. But your six senses, your eye, your ear, your nose, your tongue, just keep you in a prison, stay in the jail since the day you were born, until the day that you die, and then you come back to reborn again, and then they will put you in the jail again. So the suffering is at here. The suffering is right here. You will ordain or you will disrobe just only this point. Just the same. It's useless and nothing. Have you ever seen that I do the bad thing, or I get dirt with any suffering or not? I can prove myself to you. I show my hand. My hand is clean. Never have any dirt from suffering and defilement in the mind or in my hand. Because I never searching for them. Because for me, I look to myself. I was born in this life. I will change my life. I will make my life to be lighter, no heavy, and stay in the merit, stay in the good karma. And my eye, my ear, my nose, my tongue, my body, my mind will be excellent and will stay with the purity and will consume the emptiness, the peacefulness, the coolness only. I will not let my six senses to get dirt with any suffering and the defilement, no matter what they say. Because I see this sankhara is impermanent, nothing to be permanent with this sankhara. So therefore, cutting the food, cutting the resource, nobody do this. Nobody cut this. This is the third point. Cutting the food. Eye, ear, nose, mouth, the body and mind. They are the food for the circle of the suffering. Nobody talk about this. If you are free from the body, where is the body from? The body is from sensual desire, and from the passion, and from sleepiness. You know, even though in the heaven, they have the sensual pleasure, desire. They are very happy with the sensual. They have the form, the body, very beautiful form. And they also have the sleepiness. So even though they are in the happy state, but also the defilement to make all the deva, all the being in the heaven attached in this defilement and torture the mind. You know, when a baby or a children, when they eat some spicy thing, they cry and they don't want to eat again. But for adults, when they eat spicy, they feel so hot and burn in their tongue, but they feel delicious, but they want to eat it again. Or some bitter food that the kid cannot eat that, but the adult just love to eat something that feel bitter. So which one is more stupid? The kid is stupid or the adult is stupid? For the children, when some people say the bad word, they just run away. They don't want to listen. They don't take it. But for the adult, when some people say the bad word to them, they just keep this word in their mind, even though when they fall asleep, the word still running in their head. Then does the mother stupid or the children are stupid? I want to screw to see inside the heart of the smart people. Since today, since this moment, if we don't cut the food, you need to stop to talk with me. Don't smile to me, don't talk to me, because you are not my family, not my relative, not my friend. The noble monk don't like the bad people. They want to stay very far away, more than the ocean than the land, more than the earth and the heaven. You know, the suffering is like the footprints. Your eyes had the footprints, your ear had the footprints, your six senses had the footprints. The footprints from the eyes. When your eyes see the beautiful thing, oh, I love it. When your ear listen to the beautiful sound, oh, I love it. When your nose smell some nice smell, oh, I like it. When you eat something sweet in your tongue, oh, this is so delicious, I love it. And then your body have some contact, some good feeling, you also love it. And when your mind have some happy, have the good mood, good emotion, I feel so good, I love it. So this is the way that can make you free from the suffering. Is that right? This is true or not? The Buddha doesn't have the shoes. He doesn't have the fork and spoon. He doesn't have a big bed to sleep. And then compared to the normal people, then the Buddha said, oh, the suffering is not easy to come out, because when you attach to the suffering, you don't want to come out from the suffering. So you need to think about this again and again. I said this because I feel pity for all the beings, red eye, black eye, short and tall, smart and stupid. They are also in the suffering. Maybe I will have good merit by helping the people like this way. And now the next point is cut the stream. The stream of birth and death. There are three things in the stream of birth and death. The first one is moha or delusion. The second is tosa or the anger. And the third one is lopha or greed. Vinyan, the consciousness. Tanha, the craving. Kam, the karma. They are the stream. They are the stream that make the consciousness running around. You can observe on the surface of the water. When the wind blows the surface of the water, you will see the water is not smooth and then start to have the wave moving. If the wind is not strong, the wave is so small. But if the wind is powerful, the wave is also big. This is the same for the mind. If the mind have a small anger inside, maybe just feel like don't like it and don't show any action from the body. But if the mind have a very bad temper, have very bad anger, it's like the storm in the ocean. So this wind can make a big wave and then can upside down the ship. That's why a person who have very strong anger, they can kill people, can kill father, can kill mother, can kill the arahant, and can make the sankapet, which means can make the monks separate in the group and have fighting. This is the power of anger. Or in the other case, they can kill themselves, can shoot himself, can hang himself, or suicide. This is the power of anger, the power of hate. Who can cut this anger already? Please show yourself to me. Now nobody show up, so it's not worth it for your life. Maybe you should go back home with the empty hands. I have no problem to stay alone. I stay with a million people. My mind is like I stay alone. I stay alone is the same thing like I stay with a million people. Nothing different for me. In this life, I feel so very happy. I know you are the good people, but you know, in my heart, I feel so very happy. This happiness is the best happiness and the excellent happiness. So now you need to cut the stream. If you cannot cut the stream of this defilement, even you ordained to be a monk, you are a bad monk, you will be a ruffian. But if you stay home, you will be a devil that stay inside the home. You will cheating the world, you will burning the world. The eye want to see, the ear want to listen, the body want to attach, they want to live this way for the whole life. Because in the mind still have the stream of this defilement. You know, the fire have the stream, the water had the stream, the wind had the stream. Why do they have the stream? Because they're joining together. If we separate them, it's no more stream. That's why the Buddha separate himself from the social, from the normal people,
because he see that being the king is really suffering, so he let go. He just leave the palace, and then he take a horse and running to the river, start ordination and practice. And now you come to ordain to be a monk. You come to practice learning the Dharma here 5 or 6 days already. Will you go to heaven or nirvana? Do you want that? Or you still worry about your house? Still worry about your job, your family? You let them set the trap on your ear, on your head, on your leg, on your arm. Or you think when you go back home you will never die? Or you want to die in this temple? If you cut the stream, then you will free from suffering. But if you don't cut the stream, then you will stay in this temple. This temple is the temple of the birth and death, the temple of the suffering. You will stay in this circle again and again, never stop. Because the defilement will set you as the target already. You know, like some rich people. I want to buy this house, and then I want to buy that house again. I want to buy that land. I want to buy this building. It's never stop, because this is the stream of the defilement. Never end. Even though you die again and again, until nothing left in this body, but you never forgot. I want to have this, I want to have that again and again. This world is never end, no matter what you take, but the hand always empty. Never have anything in the full hand. It's not my duty to tell you about this, but I just want to tell something to you. Because on the stream, if you don't stop, it will keep running. You know, it's like you switch on the fire, the light. When the spark happen, the electric power, the stream start running. It keep running until it's run out. The same thing like you, if you don't stop, then you keep running with the stream until you die. Maybe 100 years, maybe shorter than that. Until you die, and then you rebirth again, and will be the same. So if you don't cut the stream, absolutely you will stay in the suffering. But when you cut the stream, for sure you will be happy immediately. So therefore the Buddha said, you must be effort and cut the stream of the tanha, the craving. Yes, there are 3 craving. The first craving is the kam tanha, the craving of sensual desire. The second craving is bhava tanha, the craving that I want to have this, I want to have that. And the next one is vibhava tanha, which means the craving, I don't want that, I don't want to be this, I don't want to be that, I don't want to have that. Not only one craving, there are 3 cravings. If you don't cut the stream of the craving, then you cannot destroy the sensual desire in the 6 senses. And now the next point. The next point, we need to boycott. You know, the boycott is the word from the Buddha. If a lay people did something wrong with the monk group, then the monk will boycott that person. But if some monk did some bad thing happen, that monk need to disrobe. So this is different way. When the lay people did something bad happen to the monk group, then the monk will do the chanting. This is the chanting for boycott. So after the chanting, which means the monk group will never get involved with this person, and this person must stay away from the religion. And this is the same thing. The Buddha said that you have the eye, you have the ears, you have the nose, have the tongues, have the body, and have the mind. You have the six senses. But when you let the avijja or the ignorance take the place in your mind, so you are the one that have been boycotted from the religion already. But if you want to ask for the forgiveness, let the Buddha, let the monk, and let the religion give you another chance. Then you should promise yourself that I will not do any badness in seeing, in listening, in thinking, in any action. I will be hurried to do all the goodness to escape from the circle of the suffering and making the sila, the samadhi and panya and vimutti, the liberation. When you can make this happen, then no one can boycott you. And also with the monk will not disrobe because he has the sila, the perception, samadhi, meditation, panya, the wisdom, and vimutti, the liberation, happen. So this one is the last point. So the first one is cutting the way. Anyway, then make the suffering happen in the six senses, you must cut it immediately. And the second is cutting the food. The second one is cut the relationship. Don't get involved. Don't have any relationship with the badness, the bad thing. You are a monk or you are not a monk. But if you let your six senses travel to the bad thing, to the bad place, you have relationship with the bad thing with your six senses. You don't be mindful. You don't have awareness. This place I should go. This place I should not go. This thing I should do. This thing I should not do. If you are not aware with this, even though you ordained to be a monk or not, but you cannot escape from the hell. Because in the badness in this world, actually there are non-self, but in fact there are tanha, there are the craving. They have the craving in the sensual desire. Craving want to be this, want to have this, and craving don't want to be this, don't want to have this. If you don't cut the relationship with them, don't think about you will be free from the suffering. It's no way. Don't think about how you escape from the suffering. It's no way, no chance. Because you never consume the life of the Arahant, returning life back to the pure nature, pure Dharma. This is the way that I'm telling you. So this is the way how to change in your life, making the plan for your life to return to the pure nature, return to the pure Dharma. You know what is the life of the Arahant? I will explain to you. When you become the Arahant, it has happiness, it has suffering, it has smart or stupid. It's not like that. It's like the example. When you keep running, you're running so fast, running so long, and very quick, very fast, until you reach to the goal, and then you stop. When you stop, you will see, oh, when I was running, it's so difficult, I'm so tired, it's so suffering. But now when I stop, oh, this feeling is totally different from running. Because I stopped already. You see, between running and stopping is really different. Now you are running, but for me, I stopped already. That's why when the Onkuliman running after the Buddha, because he want to kill the Buddha, and then the Buddha said, I stopped already, but now you are not stopped. Now you can see the plan of your life. Now I need to say the strong word to you. If you say to you soft and gentle, maybe you don't understand. Because your school, your stupid, that cover the brain is so thick. It's so dark. Cutting the way, cutting the relationship. But now I'm checking. Nobody do this. I see that when the monk use everything like the lay people, I don't blame that. But I see that anything that the monk use, they use with the sensual desire. They use with the craving, 100%. Then how could you free from the suffering, free from the craving? For me, I don't want to know them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to hear them. That's better way for me. Because they are suffering. Because in my life, I never wish about this. No desire about this. The Buddha said, you know, the form, the picture, the sound, the smell, the taste, the contact, they are like that. They live like that. They stay like that. They be like that. They are the suffering. They have the suffering. They live with the suffering. And they stay with the suffering. Or you think that I'm stupid to say like this. But the Buddha said that if a person that can see himself, can know himself, so that person is the best person. A person that can defeat himself, that's the excellent person. But have you ever defeated your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind? Have you ever defeated them? Never. You only a loser with them. I say, let it, can I cut your happiness or not? Your poor happiness. Or you think it's good for you to live like this, to be like this? If you are a tree, now you only the leaf of the tree. You are not a branch, not a meat, not the deep inside or the core center of the tree. If you cannot reach to the center of the tree, of the wood, how could you see the Dharma? No matter what, the monk, the novice, or the lay people, you go to dig the ground, try to find the water, and then you cannot find the water. Then you change to turn on the tap, take the water from the tap, and then later you say that it's no water in underground. I teach you like it, but if you don't want to detach, don't want to let go, it's up to you. And the next one is no more food for them. So after cutting the way, no more relationship, and now no more food for them. Now the world just live like that. I send the food to you, you send the food to me. Just living with the food and eating, consuming. The essential of the world just consuming the food. When I travel by the plane, you know, even though on the plane they're still eating and go to toilet. For a human, they can eat everything, even though up in the sky, or when stay on the ground, they're still eating and go to toilets. It's the same, nothing different. When I see this, I feel like, oh, I don't want to eat anything. I just cut everything. No more food. No more food for them. No more food for the defilement. And now cutting the stream. The stream is difficult to cut. You know, when I see people go to sitting beside the cliff, they say they come here to take a look at the view, to see the sky, see the wind, see the sunny. But for me, what are they doing? This is like the crazy people. Come here and look around like a bird searching for food. But they travel so far come here to sitting beside the cliff. But I feel like, oh, you are crazy. You come here to see the sky, see the wind, but actually the sky and the wind is everywhere, and nothing to know. It's useless to know and see like this. Just want to take a look everything outside, and the stream of the defilement still running inside. No one want to cut the stream. A father and mother take a look outside, and then the children want to look outside, and then the grandchildren want to look outside, but no one look inside to see the stream and cut the stream of the defilement. The deepest abyss they think is the shallow. But I don't know what are they doing, because they think I'm come here to your temple. I want to see the cliff. I want to see the view from the mountain. But for me, I live with this mountain for a very long time. But it's nothing special. Why do they come here to take a look at the view? Come here for sightseeing. So now in this point, cutting the stream of defilement, I think is difficult, because they don't have the wisdom to know and empty and let go and have peacefulness and coolness. No wisdom to do this. So now you listen to me. Is that higher than the sky, or lower than the ground, or where is it, or it stay with your six senses or not? Cutting the stream, you need to cut with yourself, cut within yourself. Don't cut outside. If you don't know the mind, so you are in danger. If you don't know the heart, so you stay with the suffering. So now you need to close everything. The more you have communication, is the more that you got cheating. Now they cheating us for a very long time, not only in your bedroom, but they cheating us since we are a baby, or since we are in the mother belly. From the day that you were born until the day that you die, they just keep cheating with you. What is cheating? Who is cheating? The stream of the defilement, the stream of the karma. They're cheating you all the time. This is the stream of the defilement, the stream of the karma, the stream of the fruit of the karma. So there are three streams that always cheating you in every moment. So if you don't know how to cut the stream, then you will be cheating with the defilement, with the karma, with the fruit of the karma. Keep continue like this, never end. But for me, I free from all the stream already. No doubt and question about this. I am free already. Who can say this? Like sitting in this room, anyone can say that now I'm free, I'm liberated. It's no way. No one can do this. Only waiting for burn and bury in this body. So now, don't let the defilement, don't let the karma come to beat you up, come to attack you and boycott you again. You need to protect yourself right here, right now. Chakku sangvaro, restrain in the eye. Restrain with the eye, you will have the great benefit. Mano sangvaro, restrain with the mind. You will have the great benefit from this. Don't let them boycott you again. Then you will know awake and joyful like the Buddha, clean, bright and peaceful like the Dharma, empty, void and cool down like the Sangha. So in the end summarization, the water change the fish mind, the religion change a human mind, the darkness change the being mind, the silence change the noble mind. extinguish the fire, change the Arahant mind. And so now is the end of the Dharma talk for today. And thank you for your time for listening. If you see this Dharma talk is good and be benefits, please share to your friend. And thank you very much for your time.